Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Dungeon. It's April, and what does that mean for you bicyclists? It's Tour de Hills. Joy Phillips and Amanda Casey are here, and we're going to talk Tour de Hills. Amanda, I'll go to you first because Joey always has an opportunity. You've been on here more than once. You only come here for this. You've been here before. This is your second year coming on the show.
Yes.
Are you ready for the Tour de Hills?
We are ready. We are ready, and we want good weather.
It's going to be great weather.
Okay, that's all I asked for.
It is. It's April 30th.
April 30th. It's our 6th year, actually.
6 years. I
know
said
that?
several years. No, I didn't
6
know it
years.
was the 6th year, but, you know.
It's hard to believe. We've made a lot of changes in the last 6 years. For 4 years now, we've become a race and a tour, so that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just to go out there and pedal away. It's for some money this time. So,
You got a pretty nice prize. Last year you had a really good purse that you gave away for the,
We have
what
a-
do you call that, Ray? That monster
Jasper Disaster.
Jasper disaster.
We give away $1,200, and it's split up into 5 different categories for our racers. So there's some incentive to climb those monster hills. There's 3 really significant climbs that they have to endure to do the disaster. So
Have you bicycled?
I've not done that one, no.
No.
I do not like hills. I'm not going to lie, I don't like the hills. So I stick flat.
All right.
Flat and rolling.
All right. Well, let's ask Joey. Joey, you're kind of the guy who's spearheading the organization of this. You've been preaching it since the first of the year about
Exactly.
Tour de Hills, April 30th. You run it in.
Right.
First thing out of your mouth. April 30th, Tour de Hills. I don't care whether you're at an Upward game, you're at lunch,
Right.
it's anybody you see. Tour de Hills, April 30th,
That's
right?
exactly right. Now, Kiwanis Club, I mean, this is something, one of our big fundraisers of the year that we do, and we partner with the Parks and Rec to put this on. So, I love it. I love putting on this event for the Kiwanis Club, because I like to see all the bicyclists in town and all that, and but plus it's a good fundraiser.
So let me ask you just one question, being a Kiwanian. Since you're the president-elect,
Yes.
are you going to hand this event over to somebody else? Or are you going to?
Nope.
Is this still going to be your baby next
This
year?
is still going to be my baby.
So your agenda next year for Kiwanis is going to be, I don't care about nothing else
Exactly.
except Tour de Hills.
Tour de Hills is getting
So-
all the money.
So if you want any favors from me, you better be at the Tour de Hills.
Exactly.
I don't care about the golf outing. I don't care about the auction.
Right.
I don't care about nothing. Tour de Hills is if you want me to support you, right?
That's exactly right. No.
I'm speaking to every other Kiwanian
Exactly. That's
in
exactly
the club,
right.
right?
That's right.
It's all right.
Yep.
So, all right, we set this up. You guys broke it up in classifications, is that right?
Right. And different. I mean, Amanda could probably speak more on this. She's
She's the bicycle expert.
She's bicycle expert. Yes. I just help put on
The event.
Yes.
Any administrative duties you can handle for us, right?
Exactly.
She can tell me about the actual
the
biking.
actual race and the tour and all that.
All right.
I know the course, but everything else that's a
So I'll let him describe the course. But basically, we have a race and a tour.
Okay.
The tour, we have 3 courses that you can attempt. One, of course, is the easy one. It's a 15-mile. The second one's a 26. And, of course, the other one is the 58, the hard one. And all of them have rest stops. They're fully supported. We have SAG vehicles. So if you were to, get a flat tire or break a chain, we'll come pick you up. So it's the 15-mile is the one that we really like to see families go on. It's an easy course, just a few rolling hills. And then the 26, a little bit harder,
The 15-mile family course takes you through some of the back hills of the community.
Both the 50 and the 26-mile do. The 58 is the one that goes straight to Jasper and then up the mountain, so to speak.
I don't like to drive that in a car.
Yeah,
What kind of
exactly.
idiot wants to get on a bike and do it?
It's an adrenaline rush.
Yes.
They come to this race because of the hills.
Are you sure you don't need adrenaline? You don't get the rush. You need the adrenaline to get you up the hill.
Once you're up there, what they say, go up, gotta come down. So it's
They
not
may
all
go-
about the hills.
They
It's-
may only go up, 15, 20 miles an hour, but coming down,
They're do-
60 couldn't be 70.
Yes.
Something really bad story just came to mind, and I ain't going to bring it up here, but that's okay.
No, we don't want to hear bad stories.
No. But so we're excited about this. How many do we have a year ago?
A year ago we had bad weather, so you got to take that into account. But we still had about, 125?
Yeah, and that maybe around 100 I think,
Yeah.
riders. So.
That's still a lot of people in bad weather to be out there riding a bike.
And the weather was exceptionally bad.
And the
so-
year before, we had 150 riders. So last year, we had the bad weather, the hail, the wind, lightning, everything. The worst imaginable case you could probably have. So
Is it a sanctioned event?
It is. It has to be permitted. All the thing has to be in place to be able to hold this event. And we have officials that come in and they basically take over once they're here, make sure that all the riders do what they're supposed to, the course is safe, and it's insurance for us.
These guys who come in who are they come from different clubs, or they? What? I guess let me ask. What organization sanctions it?
United States Cycling Federation.
Okay.
And then what you do, basically, different towns have bicycle clubs. We have one here, BRC, the Buffalo River Cyclists. And a lot of them that have a big membership, they'll come as a group and they'll race or they'll ride. And then they can, if they're racing, they can earn points to move up in their different categories or classifications. And so they enter into the race based on what their current standings are.
Now, being the least knowledgeable guy here sitting at this table about this race, okay? What comes to mind about racing, there are two facets. You look at the Olympics, and they got the guy going in the oval. You know, it's a speed track type thing, and we know we're not talking about that. Then you talk about the Tour de France or the Tour de Spain or whatever you want to call it, and they're multiple days, 100
Stage
miles
race.
a day,
Stage
but
race.
same type of concept, except it's a one-day event instead of a
Yeah,
stage event.
we're not a stage race, so we're just a one-day road race is what it is.
And now, and I'm not trying to cross the paths or talk about different events here a little bit, but they used to have this like Tour de Branson or Tour de Missouri,
Tour
where they
Missouri.
would have a stage type
Stage race.
event.
Well, there's a big one over in Fayetteville that takes place right after I think the first weekend of May is the Joe Martin stage race, and they
Okay.
have a road race and they have a crit and they have a time trial, and that's all the components of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just one day road race.
But the excitement's still there for that one day race.
Oh, well, you know, anybody that wants to challenge the hills of Jasper, you know, you got to be willing to do this.
Oh, and that's the draw. That there's people that want to be able to have the challenge and the climb, and so for them, that's the only reason they come.
I would say, you know, listening to the guys who are motorcyclists, they love to go down there through the hills of, you know, they have the different trails or, you know, paths that you can take for the motorcycle. Same thing for the bikes here, right?
Same thing.
And so
It's the same type of draw. I mean, they don't want flat. Flat's really no fun. So, you know, you give them some curves and give them some hills, and they're good to go.
you're going to get a lot of curves, a lot of hills here in this neck of the woods, right? So let's talk a little bit about when it starts. It starts April 30th. Registration's early in the morning.
Registration's from 7:30 to 9:15.
Okay.
9:15, it's 9:15 hits, it's over.
Okay.
So because we got to be able to input everything into the computer. At 10 o'clock is when the racers will actually take off. Probably like 10, 10:05, 10:10. You know, just different categories will go off at different times.
Okay.
They will leave from the actually Lakeshore Drive. That's kind of where we'll start everybody off. And they'll
On the bridge itself or in the parking lot?
just up from the bridge a little
Okay.
bit, and they'll come off onto Pine Street, go out 7 South there. So from about 10 to 10:40, 10:45, bicycles will be coming off, at different times off of Lakeshore Drive into. So that's where we have the city, Harrison City Police, to help us, stop traffic for they can just have an easy flow off there. So.
I could see the guy who's never been here before, gets out on Highway 7 and gets to about 206 and says, "Man, I thought you said there were some hills around this place, man. This ain't nothing."
Yeah.
All of a sudden they cross over 206 and you start heading your way past the caverns and you're thinking, "Man, what was I just saying a mile ago?"
Well, on our website, touroftehills.com, it shows the elevation.
Does it?
So we have, turn-by-turn directions, but it also shows elevation. So they're aware of what's to come.
But you can see that mental block, right? I mean, you're going down Highway 7, you've gone about, what is that, probably 4 or 5 miles out to 206.
A little bit farther than that.
You're saying, "Oh man, this is easy. What are they talking about?" And all of a sudden you cross over it and you're just thinking, you can see the grin in your smiles as they're talking, right?
Right. Yep.
So, is it, you can register anytime? You're also taking some pre-registration?
Pre-registration's up to, probably, up through Wednesday, I believe, in that area is when we'll cut off pre-registration. Then you have to register the day of the race.
Okay.
After, you can register for the race or the tour, day of. Everything starts out as from the Brandon Burlesworth Youth Center. That's where the registration will take place. And we'll leave from the parking lot area. So the tour riders, I'll go ahead and explain that. We'll go out Pine Street and then cut across up by First Baptist Church and go around through there. The 15-mile course will cut across Prairie View into Hudson Road and then over to Valley View back up 43.
Okay.
background. That's where the 15 mile. The 26 mile will go out towards Union Road to Blackshire Road to 206 and come back across 206 to 43.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And then the race, of course, the tour 58 mile will go to Jasper, Mount Sherman, Boxley, back around on 43.
And then come back.
Everything will end up, the finish line's at the Forest Heights Elementary School.
Okay.
Right there. And talk about the race, if you ever seen a group of bicyclists racing for the finish line off that hill right there, just up from Forest Heights, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing because they get some speed coming down off that hill. And they tried, they've got, shoulder to shoulder down the road there. So.
Well, let's take a short break. We come back, we'll talk a little bit more about that because, what I've envisioned is that it's just one guy coming like a breakaway from the pack type thing. But you guys are talking a little bit more. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. We're talking Turtle Hills on April 30th. We'll be right back.